Hello and welcome to my presentation of the evolution of a certain board game to a digital game. I decided to pick Scrabble because it's one of the games I grew up playing, so I thought it would be a nice fit. About the game. So, Scrabble is a popular word game that combines vocabulary skills with strategy. Players use letter tiles to create words on a game board, scoring points based on the letter values and placement. So this is the history of Scrabble from 1938 to 1952. Alfred Mosher Butts decided to make this game, and it was renamed in 1948 by James Brunot. And it gained popularity around 1952 with mass production by Sal Chow and Reiter. And then in the 1980s, they became the first computer versions of Scrabble, which made the game accessible on early PCs. From the 2000s to the 2010s, they became the launch of mobile apps and the integration with social media platforms, allowing for online play and sharing scores. In the 2020s, advanced AI and online multiplayer features revolutionized the digital Scrabble, enhancing accessibility and gameplay. And then for the gameplay, the objective is basically for you to score the most points by creating words with the letter tiles on a 15 by 15 game board. The setup basically is each player starts with 7 letter tiles drawn randomly from a tile bag. Then we go on to the turn sequence. Players take turns forming words on the board. The words must connect to existing words like a crossword puzzle. After playing a word, the player draws a new tile to maintain the 7 tiles at all times. For the scoring, each letter has a point value. Real letters like Q and Z are worth more. There's also premium squares, double and triple letter and word score, which can multiply the points. Points are the sum of letter values plus any multipliers from the premium squares. Then there's special rules where players can challenge a word if it's invalid. The player loses their turn if the word is invalid. And then using all 7 tiles in one turn is called a bingo and earns a 50-point bonus. Winning. The game ends when all tiles are used or normal words can be made. The highest score wins. For the game design, this is the board. It's just a board. There's the Scrabble board, which is a 15 by 15 grid with special squares for extra point. There's the letter tiles, tile racks, tile bags, score pad, and it also comes with rules and instructions. Then this is the digital game design. Basically, it includes the digital board, virtual letter tiles, digital tile rack, tile drawing mechanism. There's a score tracker. There's a built-in dictionary, as well as word suggestions, different modes, online multiplayer where you can play with friends or strangers. There's AI components where you can play with against a computer, and then there's also achievements and leaderboards, as well as customization options and tutorials for help. So what I found of the benefits of the digital Scrabble is basically the accessibility, the variety, there's connectivity, there's also learning support, enhanced features like regular updates with new features, interactive and engaging interfaces, as well as it being eco-friendly, where it reduces the need for physical materials. So I decided to draw a comparison between the board game Scrabble and the digital Scrabble. For accessibility, a physical setup is required with the board game, and then with the digital, you can play at any time. Then there's the setup and cleanup. It's time consuming for the board game, and it's instant. There's no cleanup for the digital. Social interaction. There's face to face bonding, which I find really nice with the board games. And then for digital, there's just online multiplayer. The game modes are traditional for the board game, and there's various modes for the digital. Score tracking is manual for board game, which could be error prone, and then there's automatic and accurate score tracking for the digital one. The learning tools, there's not many for the board one, and then for the digital one, there's dictionary and hints and tutorials. Customization is limited for the board game, and there's lots of customization. For the digital one, there's the updates, it's just static gameplay, and then for the digital one, it's regular updates. The environmental impact, there are physical materials used for the board game, and for the digital one, it's eco friendly. The cost is a one time purchase for the board game, and then for the digital, it's also free, or there could be some low cost in the app, like in the app if you want to earn extra points or whatever. And then the physical experience, there's tangible pieces for the board game, and then there's the virtual experience for the digital. Community, there's for the board game, it's only like your local friends, and then for the digital one, you can play globally in tournaments and so on. These are my references. Thank you.